Yo, yo, yo! Who is up tonight? It's after 10 o'clock, just a few minutes or so. And I'm Sheridan Mish, and I'm here to tell you it's all going to be okay. Got a handful of things to discuss, chat about tonight. Some thoughts. Actually, I just had another thought pop in my head that I want to talk about. So I didn't put it in the title. I will have to amend that once this is over. But I want to just give a shout out to Allie being on board watching here, and Irene and Jill. Melanie is up in this. Hey Melanie, how is Phil? I'm glad to see you on and watching. As long as you're not cursing me, that's okay. Phil says, Melanie, she's just not sure about this whole it's all going to be okay thing that you keep saying. She's not sure about it, but I'm telling you, Melanie, it's all going to be okay. I promise you that. Promise you. Oh, man. So Connor's on board. That's good because I'm interested on Connor's input if he's going to stick around and share any info in little bits of information. That's great to see, Melanie. Thanks for sharing about feeling better. That's awesome. I love it. Oh, Emerson's on board too. So now this just completes it. Connor and Emerson on board. Well, I'm going to bring up this topic that just popped in my head. It is a surprise topic. It's not in the description, in the title of this video. So, what do I want to talk about? Gosh, I don't even remember the order of the things I put on the video. I know the first thing I want to tell you about is this. Nobody told me. All right? Nobody told me. And so that's a common response that people will have when either A, nobody really did tell them and they have no flipping clue about what's going on. They're not informed. They're not prepared. And so it kind of sucks to be in that position. Hello, Marcy. Thanks for chiming in there. Good to see you. But nobody told me is also a lie. It's a popular lie that I've heard many a person say. Nobody told me. I didn't know. Nobody told me. BS. But that's not what I'm talking about in this scenario with nobody told me. What I am going to tell you about nobody told me, so then you can't say that nobody told you because Sheridan told you, is this. Hey there, Tony. Thank you. Sunshine. Good to see you. So John Lennon wrote a song called Nobody Told Me. And the song, I've heard it multiple times recently, and it just kind of has popped into my playlist because, I don't know, just because that's how things happen sometimes. But that song is great. You're going to want to look that up. Check it out. Listen to it. John Lennon, Nobody Told Me. And it goes, nobody told me there'd be days like these. Strange days indeed. And so, I just think how appropriate that is right now because nobody told me, nobody told us that stuff was going to be this crazy. It is strange days indeed. So take a listen to that by John Lennon. Nobody told me. Look it up. I don't want to have to sing it again. Hey there, Audra. Hello, Aunt Claudia as well. So wanted to share that. Exposure does not equal infection. So this is something that I've had multiple conversations with people lately in the office, outside of the office, and a lot of people say, and you may have said it yourself, is that we've all probably been exposed to it, right? Good chance of that. Maybe not everybody, but a good number of people probably have been exposed. But exposure does not equal infection. You've got to understand that. And the dividing line between exposure and infection is your immune system. And I know I talk about that every night. I'm not going to go on some rant about how chiropractic is the miracle cure for your immune system, but it certainly has an impact. But there's a lot of things that impact your immune system, your stress level, your mental state, what you put into your body. But that is the dividing line between exposure and infection is that immune system, your defense to be able to fight that off. And so recently here in Central New York, especially closer to my Wonksville office, and the reports end up in the news and on TV. There was a COVID positive person that went through Walmart at 8 o'clock on April 8th. If you were there between 8 and 10, you could have been exposed. So take precaution. Well, a lot of people probably were exposed. And then somebody went through a grocery store at a certain day, in a certain time frame, and they weren't wearing a mask, and you could have been exposed. So, yes, be aware, hey, I might have been exposed, probably have been exposed multiple times, never even knew it. Your immune system fought it off. Didn't even become infected. So exposure does not equal infection. With that said, and I know people who are affected with coronavirus that have an active infection. They're fighting it off, varying degrees, varying levels. But here's the thing: is that I know situations where someone has coronavirus, they're fighting it off, and they exposed a lot of people around them. They had a lot of people in close contact with them. And I'm talking multiple dozens of people, 30, 40 people that got exposed that then had to go get tested. And so when you have all that happen, are all 30 or 40 people going to come back with positive coronavirus? No. Of that situation I'm telling you about, 2 people have got it, and they are sick, but it's not that bad for those people. They're managing it. And so that's what I want you to realize, is that exposure does not equal infection. People get freaked out about it, but you've got to just be prepared. Strengthen your immune system, and then put up your defenses. And it's not even just your natural immune system defenses, but wear something. Wear a mask. Because this is the other thing that I get, is that Carrie Litz talking about a handful of Lindt chocolate truffles boosts her emotional well-being. Yes, and dark chocolate is good for your health. I spoke about that before in a previous live video. High in iron. Get some minerals in there. There's misdirected anger, though. This is what happens when someone gets sick, and then the people around that person get angry. And now I feel as though that their emotions are coming through, but it's misdirected anger, and they shouldn't be mad at society, because that's what you see. The post on Facebook is, you bleeping bleeps, stay bleeping home, stay home, you bleeper to bleep bleep bleeps. But the fact of the matter is this: it's not us that are out that are making this person sick. This person is sick because they went out, got exposed, their immune system was down, and they didn't go out with a mask. All right? And so if you want to take responsibility, which I know is a tough line here in America, a lot of people don't want to have any responsibility, but if you want to be responsible for yourself, wear a mask when you go out. And then now you don't have anybody to blame, right? And that person, like I said, when these people are out and they contract coronavirus, I mean, it sucks, but they obviously went out without precautions. And so let's take a lesson on that, America, and take it seriously if you're going to take it seriously, and wear a mask. Plain and simple. Be responsible for yourself, and it doesn't matter if someone else walks by you, coughs, and has coronavirus. If you've got a healthy immune system and you're wearing your mask, are you going to be okay? Yes or no? Because if you say yes, then be responsible and wear the gosh darn mask, take care of yourself. If you say no, then why are we even wasting our time with the masks? Be responsible. That's all. Be congruent, be responsible. Oh, man. I feel for these people, because I know the anger, and I feel the emotion, but like I said, it's misdirected emotion, and that people need to step back, process, and take responsibility for what they're doing. Okay. Sports. This is not on my list. I am curious to some people that are on board what their thoughts are. Who is looking forward to the potential for the NBA playing all of their games in Las Vegas in an empty stadium? Who is looking forward to Major League Baseball playing their spring training league and readjusting the league based upon where their spring training is? And then we're going to have an MLB season that's shortened, and that's going to be played without fans in 2 locations. Who's excited about that? Who's excited about the NHL coming up with a plan to be able to either A, finish the season with some strange configuration of games, or just go straight to the playoffs and have all the NHL games in one place, which I think they're looking at maybe Phoenix or something. And going to house all the hockey players in one area in a hotel, and they're going to go hotel to rink. They're going to all take turns playing games in the same rink or two, and then they're going to go back to the hotel. I mean, who's looking forward to that? I mean, listen, if you want to go watch games with nobody in the stands, just go watch a men's league game. All right? Just watch men's league. It's going to be the same excitement level. People skating up and down the ice. Nobody's cheering. I mean, the only thing missing is the beer in the locker room or on the bench in many cases around here. So I'll tell you what. I would just say cancel the season. Bring it back when it's real. I see some people saying they're not interested. Josh says just play some games. But I'll tell you what. I'm not looking forward to it, and sitting and watching a game on television just isn't going to do it for me. That said, I'm looking forward to sports opening up at some point, but I also said to Irene today that if the Mets started playing, I would not be going to home game anytime soon. We're going to let things just kind of blow over in New York City, and we'll get down there eventually, certainly go back, but wouldn't be rushing down there to go to opening day. So just curious about the sports. And then the other thing that I wanted to share is this, and I put this in the title, is Irene loves to say, maybe she doesn't love to say, but she says it frequently enough. She says, that's debatable. And so I just want to share a quick story with that, because I know when she says that all she, that's it. Game over, like I'm just going to stop, because everything's debatable. Everything's debatable. And I say that everything's debatable. There is like a couple things that aren't debatable, and things I just definitely won't go down the road of even getting into debate. Because if you want to talk about someone's feelings, if someone says, I feel this way, or I believe this, you're talking about someone's feelings and their beliefs. How can you debate that? Like to say to someone, you shouldn't feel that way. They should feel however they want to feel. It's them. It's who they are. So who am I to even get into a debate discussing and arguing with someone about how they're feeling? So I just know that when Irene says that's debatable, that's like just checkmate, done, end of story, because I don't want to go down that road. I know I'm not going to win that game. So whatever it is, if she says that's debatable, well, of course it's debatable, but it's a game that I don't want to challenge. I just, like I've said multiple times already, happy wife, happy life, happy life. So, yeah, Allison, it works for you. Allison, you want to argue everything, Allison. You will just keep going. Allison, you'll go nonstop. You'll prove your point, and then you keep going. You just stop. Just stop, Allison. Stop. Stop. That's what Andrew does. When Andrew, that's how he just stop. Allison keeps going. Oh, goodness gracious. So that's that. It's all going to be okay. 29 days. I'll be back tomorrow. 30 days in a row tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I've got a number of things that I want to get into the hopper, but tonight is not the night. We're going to just kind of let things go at this point. So thank you for watching. I do love each and every one of you for taking the time, and have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.